Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you all. Once again, happy Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak. My name is Brother Omar El Rashed, and I am the author, poet, and Peaceful Hearts Guide. As you may know, Alhamdulillah, by the grace of God, I survived several suicide attempts, and Allah has placed me on a path of life not just to survive after a difficult situation with bipolar and depression and anxiety, but also to be able to thrive and to help other Muslims and other people in general to thrive. So I wanted to share something with you. I was asked yesterday to give a short talk in the month of Ramadan about Tawakkul, trusting in God. And I wanted to share some highlights of that discussion and that talk. So one of the things that is so beautiful is that in the life of this world, we have a lot of difficulties, we have a lot of tragedies, we have a lot of, hard circumstances that we're going through. But the beauty of it all is that if we trust in God and we believe that Allah ultimately has our best interest at heart and will take care of us and take care of our affairs for us, then a lot of the pressures of life and a lot of the stresses and the egoistic regrets and the egoistic frustrations of life go away. So for example, say that I fail a test that I'm supposed to be taking, or if I fail a course that I'm supposed to be taking. I may think that that's the end of the world. I may think that that's a disaster. I may think that that's a terrible thing. But the reality is that everything that happens in our lives, Allah is directing it to us for our greater good. And when we choose to believe that, and we choose to interpret and react to the circumstances of life with that foundational belief that Allah has our best interest at heart, a lot of the difficulties become easy. Like, for example, there was a particular website that I'm a part of that I'm not able to post. I'm not allowed to post that link on Facebook for whatever reason. It got flagged. But I thought, well, I could think to myself that this is a tragedy and why is God doing this to me and what have I done wrong and why am I being punished and all these things. But my true belief is, okay, Alhamdulillah, Allah has made this happen. Allah has put this situation into my life. He must have a good reason for doing it. More importantly, He must be doing it to help me and build me and strengthen me and support me in my life. Everything that happens in my life is happening by God trying to direct what's good to me. And everything that happens in our life is an opportunity. It's a choice. Do we go closer to God or away from God? That's our ultimate choice. Are we going closer to God or further away from Him? Every situation, good or bad, is Allah's invitation to us to get closer to Him. And tawakkul, relying and trusting in God, means that we believe that Allah wants what's best for us, and we turn things over to His power and His control rather than our own. A lot of times when things are going out of control in our lives, we feel the need to grip our fists tightly and take charge and grip the reins and take control and do things. But the reality is, the vast majority of the things in our lives are out of our control. And that's where the serenity prayer comes in. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are some things that are in my control, and I have to use them as best I can. And Allah will ask me about what I chose to do given my circumstances and what I've been doing in my life. At the same time, there are so many things outside of my power, outside of my control. And what I ask God for is the serenity to just accept them as they are and let Him take lordship of the universe. Because remember, my job title is not Master of the Universe. That's Allah's job title. God's job title is Master of the Universe, not mine. His job title is Director and Manager of the Affairs of the Universe, not me. I don't have to take responsibility for what my spouse does, what my children do, what my brothers do, what my sisters do, what my parents do, what my friends do. That's not my job. I'm not the director of their affairs. Allah is. So once we understand that, Allah is the master of the universe. Allah is the owner and sustainer of this universe. No bird flaps its wings. No tree grows. No apple tree bears fruit except with Allah's permission. Allah is the one sustaining this whole universe. Nothing happens without Him. One of the modern problems is that we have a lot of materialism in the world. We worship things, and we believe that the dynamic processes of the world are independent of Allah. They're not. Allah controls them. Allah makes them happen. They don't happen without His decree. They don't happen without His sustaining. So I only say that to say that Allah's lordship is so total that if we give our reliance and our trust onto God and trust that He has what's best for us, and we let Him do what He wishes to do with us, we'll find that life is a much happier, and we are a much happier people. So that's my short talk on tawakkul, trust in God, and I hope that this has been beneficial. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment or like below. Share it for those who may need it. And I actually have a resource, especially in this month of Ramadan, that may be beneficial for you, and I guess outside of Ramadan as well. But if you send me a message, I'll be able to connect you with that resource. So if you are interested in getting a free resource that can really help and transform, especially this month of Ramadan, then please do give me a message, and I'll talk to you soon. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.